Welcome back to Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net. Carol Parisi reporting with our founder, Jack Roeser, and our very special guest today is Vincent Romano, that's going to be part of the solution for Illinois. Now, clearly, our health care and our pensions are a problem. What are some of your solutions when you get down to Springfield, Vincent?
One of the major points of solving any solution here is jobs. We have more jobs leaving the state. A 5-point plan or a few-point plan of, like I said, lowering the workman's comp rate, lowering the corporate tax rate, keeping those empowerment zones or spreading them. We need to bring jobs here. That way we have a tax base coming in to help solve these pension problems and our healthcare problems. As far as the pension problems, people have been providing some solutions of, well, we're going to ask them to pay a little bit more, we're going to make them retire a little bit later instead of retiring at 55 or 62 or 67. One of the things I've been looking at is, I like to call it a mega pension fee. And what that is say you have 2 state pensions, because some of these guys got the double dip, or if you have a pension over $100,000, let's say, you pay a 50% fee on that amount, either on the second pension or the amount over $100,000.
You think they should even keep the second pension?
Well, that's something they say is constitutionally guaranteed, whatever you want to call that. I mean, they're looking into that. But what you could say then is, if you made a $150,000 pension, $25,000, which is 50% of the amount over 100, goes back to the pension fee, not to the general fund for the legislators to spend. That goes back into the pension fund to help refund that pension.
The pension.
And also, teachers don't pay a state income tax on their pensions. So we could take the amount of the state income tax, same thing, and put that back into the pension fund. So now we can start refunding these pensions.
Right there is the key to how this thing can be saved.
Right.
Because the average Social Security pension is $14,000.
Right.
The average teacher pension is around $61,000.
Yep.
And it occurs at age 55. We're all living longer. My cohort, born in 1923, is going to live on the average 20 years longer. So it's our duty not to live so long and preserve the pension system, or vice versa. Well, you better start the system when we're older. So it needs changes.
Older and then pay taxes on that money.
Because already you've got so many people at the top end that have ruined it for the ordinary teacher, for the ones that aren't in on gaming the system. The ones that are gaming the system are getting pensions of $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, even at the university level, $400,000 a year. When does anybody think that pensions like that have any sense at all? So we can tax them. We ought to tax them like it would ace out any of these $200,000 pensions that are common in the K-12 system.
Time out. Doesn't our president, by his own words, say everybody should pay their fair share? Why
He's
are
completely out of this. We're talking about Illinois.
But wait a second. If everybody should pay their fair share, then wouldn't it be consistent for folks that are getting pension retirement benefits, much like Social Security, get taxed on that amount?
Well, here's what you have to look at, too. When you have a young retirement age, 55, 57, I think is the average retirement age, you have a 3% cost of living increase compounded on their retirements.
Right.
So using the rule of 72, in 24 years, that pension is doubled.
That's ruinous. When the Constitution was put in that you couldn't reduce these pensions. That was done in 1970. Of course, everything was much lower then. And that COLA, that's now 3% compounded, and under the rule of 72, what you said is right. That's just going to double it in 30 years. And it's been doubling it all along. Crazily on and on it goes. But when the Constitution thing was made, the COLA was 1.5%, and not compounded. It was just on the original.
They kept getting increases and never put in more.
If we were doing now what was put in, what they were doing when they put that into the thing, we would have a surplus in the pension funds now. All you have to do is read Zettler. all the stuff that's on our website, Champion News. And incidentally, we're producing a book written by Zettler. I've written a frontispiece for it, but the rest of it is Zettler's work. It's 200 pages of the egregious, boy, there's a great word. What does that mean? It stinks by any measure and keeps growing way too fast. And the pensions, Zettler has done a terrific job of mining the data that we've been publishing at Champion News and Family Taxpayer Network. We've been publishing that for over 15 years. And people are finally catching on that the crazy pay at the higher end of this thing and the pensions at the higher end make no sense at all. And it's the only way apparently we are going to stop it is with a huge income tax to knock off the top wages, not for the regular teachers, but to knock the top off.
Yeah, I mean, we got to realize, I mean, I do financial advising for a living. If a person can't maintain their lifestyle, they can't afford it. The state can't maintain its lifestyle, which it can't right now. Our citizens can't maintain theirs. I mean, we saw a huge income tax increase, 67%. We might see more coming. The state's trying to put, now Quinn and Madigan want to take the pension responsibility from the state down to the local level